Welcome back. We all want our kids to have a safe and successful school year, and part of that success is addressing mental health of our kids. Joining me now to help parents and caregivers navigate the start of this new school year is Felice Hightower-Britt, a licensed professional counselor here in Charlotte. Thanks so much for joining us. This is an exciting time for kids and parents, but there is a lot of anxiety. I think it would be we would not be doing a service to parents and caregivers if we didn't talk about the anxiety that faces school this year and school safety. We saw the tragedy in Uvalde last year. And you know, some guns seized here on campuses. How do we address that anxiety for students? Because we want them to feel safe so they can learn.
Well, thank you for asking this. And this is very important and it's true. First, parents, you need to let your children know that their school is safe and remind them of this periodically and that you're going to do your best job in protecting them. Also, find out about your school's safety plan, right? You want to be educated about it and be able to share that with your child as well. Another thing that parents can do for their children is build and maintain strong relationships with the school educators, the staff, and other parents. This is a village, a team effort, right? We all need each other in making sure and ensuring that our children feel and know that they are safe. Get involved with their school activities. Volunteer in the classrooms, cafeteria, join the PTA. Make a decision to be more involved in your children's school activities. That's also going to help with our educators' mental health. As you know, right now, especially in CMS and all over the country, most schools are understaffed and these teachers are extremely stressed, and we have to make sure that their mental health is also maintained. So ask your teachers what's the best way that you can support them. But when your children see that you're involved in a tangible way, that also helps them to feel more secure. And parents need to define the narrative and educate your own children about what's going on, right? And you do that by creating a safe space for your child, sharing how their day went, what their feelings are, and make sure that if something does occur, that you find out as much as you can so you're the one that you can be able to impart that information with your children with.
So how, you kind of mentioned it, but I think as kids get a little bit older, you want to toe the line between asking questions so they feel like you're being intrusive and really asking questions to open up a dialogue. Do you have any advice for parents on how they can keep the dialogue and conversation with their kids going as they get older? Because a lot of times older kids, they button up, you know, and they don't really want to talk to mom and dad.
No, it's true, and that's a great question. Let your children talk. They're so used to our frequency that it almost becomes like, I don't know, do you remember Charlie Brown? And
yes.
Right. Because we're always giving commands, demands, you know, rules, regulations. Just let your children talk. One of the things that I used to do with my daughter is I would sit her in the back and I would say stupid little crazy things to just kind of make her relax. And then I just let her go. I'm like, tell me about your friends. They do anything crazy? Like, start out real minimal and then let them have it. Eventually, in them talking, they're going to share information with you that you can kind of break off and examine with them later or at a later time that they may feel more comfortable with. But just stop giving a lot of commands and demands and just let them talk about silly things at first. And then it can grow into something more. And then they'll start to feel more safe, right? And they know that you're not going to penalize them or judge them and or their friends about things that are occurring in their lives.
Yeah, that's some good advice. Let's talk social media, because I know social media is huge. Whether kids are technically meeting the requirements to be on social media or not, they're on it. What's your advice for parents and for students, but for parents really on how to navigate this with their child?
Use those parental guidelines that they suggest as far as monitoring their usage. If you know that your child, and it's real, we're addicted to our phones as well, but if you know that your child is addicted to their social media, then you're going to have to use the parental controls that will stop that. But educate them and tell them about it first. Communicate. Keep the lines of communication open and let them know what your standards are for them. That, hey, at around 9 o'clock, we're going to shut social media down. We're not going to have to worry about you doing it. We're going to do it. Also, you want to limit social media because they've already come out and shared that it makes our children anxious, and it also creates depression. So you really want to limit that as much as possible. But guess what else you have to limit? And forgive me for this. You have to limit your news intake, especially around all the things that are occurring. It's only creating more and more anxiety. So make sure that you limit that as well and substitute that time. Just don't take it away, right? Instead of having social media time, make that play time, family time, where you're engaging and spending quality time with your children. So just don't take it away. Fill that space up with something else.
These are all such important issues to talk about. The last question I have for you is about academics. Yes, it's the first day of school for so many, and others have been in school for like a week or 2 weeks now. There is that pressure to perform in the classroom. So what's your advice for parents just to keep their kids calm so they can achieve their goals, but also know that it's not the end all be all if they don't achieve a certain mark, that they, you have to grow, you have to learn, and you'll get there eventually.
Carolyn, that's a really layered question, right? And that's a process, right? Because some parents, they want the best for their children. They want their children to excel, but you have to be really observant and self-aware about your individual child. Instead of harping on their grades, find out what their passions are. Find out what it is they really like to do and gear them towards that. And then breathe. Let the parents breathe and relax and just be observant. If you're a team player with your teachers and you're involved, you'll be able to kind of come up with a game plan that is specific to your individual child. And don't treat all the children the same. Every child is an individual, and make it fun. Don't make it so pressured and goal achieved. Don't do that. Make it real, make it fun. Let them know that this is the only gig they're going to have, and that they're going to be successful at it, and that their best is enough. If they truly know that they gave their best, then that's enough, and that we're all happy about that.
Oh, I love that. You have such good advice and such good recommendations. Felice Hightower Britt, thanks so much for all of your insights.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.